In this lecture, we're going to be looking at the mechanism of overriding. What is overriding, first thing first? Well, overriding pretty much allows us to override the parent function within our subclass. So again, let's say for example, if our parent class and our child class contain the same exact method, but we wanted to write some different code within our subclass or our child class, we can do that. We can override the parent method. Now, I'm going to talk about how we can use the final keyword as well. And with the final keyword mixed in with overriding, you will not be able to override the method. So first thing first, let me remove our final keywords and just make our methods public. So I'll show you first thing first. So I'll make, let's say I'll use the private access specifier. Okay, so we'll do that. And again, let's go down to our child class. And let's say if we want to override our getValues function or method from our parent class, we can do that. We name it the same exact thing, public function getValues. And pretty much let's just say if we just want to let's say we just want the value for the first attribute and that's it, which is attribute 1. So if we both look, or if we all look, in our parent class, we have the getValues with our original definition of code, which returns our first attribute value, and our second, which is attribute 1 and 2, from our parent class. And we overridden the same method in our parent class, but it has a different implementation or code, which is just going to return us the value of attribute 1. So let's see what that looks like. If we go back to my browser, we should get the value, which is attribute 1. So let me go here, or let me make sure I did an echo. Okay, so let me go back here. I'll refresh it. Okay, so undefined property, B attribute 01. Again, we love errors because we can learn so much from our errors. So let me do this. And oh, almost forgot. It's private, so we're not allowed to use these attributes. So just for this example, I'll make it public so we can inherit it as well. So I'll make them public, and now they're usable and visible in our child class. So we can just do this again, and let's go back to my local server, refresh it, and congratulations, just like we said, we now inherited the attribute 1, and we printed out the value and overridden the method from our parent class. So let's go back here. And let's say, for example, if we do not want any other programmer to override our function because we put a lot of work in our function, we just do not want our code to be messed with. So what I can do as well, I can just remove the public access modifier and just put final. So let's see what happens here now. So I go back to our browser, click refresh, we should get an error. Here we get our error. Fatal error, cannot override final method at parent class A getValues. Congratulations. So again, the override functionality, pretty much without the final keyword, we can override our parent methods. Now, if we use our access specifier final, we cannot allow our methods to be overwritten, our functionality to be overridden. So I believe, let's just say if we remove that, go back to our browser, and congratulations, we can still use our method, but it's calling our method from our parent class, because again, we made it it's declared as public by default if we don't use a public or private access modifier. But just to make it simple and good programming practice, the final keyword is always the first keyword. If you're going to be using the final keyword to not have other programmers inherit your methods, and then public or private or public or protected, and then the function keyword, and then your method as well. So if we do that, of course, and then like I said again, it's a public function which we inherited from our class A, and it's going to print out our both values, which it did. But let's say if I wanted to make it private, and let's see what happens here. Refresh. Fatal error. Call to private method. We cannot inherit private features, which is methods and attributes that are set to private. It doesn't matter if it has the final keyword in front of it as well. Always remember, with private features, you are not allowed to inherit those features. So congratulations, guys. You guys now know the concept of overriding and final now.